Hi everyone, this is Fahad Mirza and I welcome you to the channel. In this video, we are going to have a look at Cogito AI models which have been just released. Now this seems like a very interesting release from this seemingly new company which has introduced the models in various sizes and in various flavors. The sizes range from 3 billion to 70 billion parameters and the flavors range from Quen fine-tuned to Llama 3.1. I'm going to install the Quen flavor in this video. The reason why I am not going with Llama is that they are using quite an older version of Llama. I think I might have used it with Llama if they would be using Llama 4, but as you know that Llama 4 is also not up to the mark as we have tested, so I'm going to go with the Quen flavor. One of the thing which seems quite interesting in their release is that they are talking about something super intelligence. Now, for me, I think I have covered thousands of models up to now, and this is sort of a red flag. I think until and unless we have something concrete, we shouldn't be really going with AGI or superintelligence in the model releases. But the good thing is that at least they have said that they haven't achieved superintelligence yet, but they are on the way to superintelligence, whatever that means. So let's try to see what exactly this model is, and then we are going to install it locally and play around with it. This model has been trained using a new and promising alignment strategy called as Iterated Distillation and Amplification, or IDA in short, which has significantly outperformed existing state-of-the-art models of comparable sizes, and that is evident from these benchmarks which have been released on their model card too. So if you look at this benchmark, they have even beaten Llama, DeepSeek, Quen, and even the larger Llama 4 models, which is quite interesting to me. And they have shared those benchmarks with Llama 4. Now, the interesting bit here is that Cogito position itself along a strategic path towards general superintelligence, which is a future scenario where AI surpasses human intelligence broadly across tasks. Existing AI systems like AlphaGo showcased superhuman capabilities with narrow domains through advanced reasoning and iterative self-improvement. But developing general superintelligence demands going beyond human overseer limitations through methodologies like alignment, where we ensure that AI behaviors match human values, and iterative self-enhancement strategies. I will be talking more about this idea as we go, but for now let's try to get it installed and see how it performs. Let me also give a huge shout out to Massed Compute for sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, you can find the link to their website in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a 50% discount coupon for range of GPUs. This is the VM I'm going to use, and this is my GPU card, NVIDIA RTX 6000 with 48 GB of VRAM. I'm starting by creating a Conda environment. And now let me install all the prerequisites, which are torch and transformers. While that happens, let me also introduce you to the sponsors of the video, who are Camel AI. Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agent infrastructures for finding the scaling laws with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation, and you can also find the link to their website in video's description. And now let me launch my Jupyter notebook. And now let's download the models. And the model is being downloaded. There are 6 shards of it. While it downloads, let's talk a bit more about that IDA stuff, because that is one thing I really liked about this model. So this new technique, which is IDA, or Iteration, Distillation and Amplification, consists of 2 sequential stages. First one is amplification, where computationally intensive processes temporarily enhance the model's ability to solve complex problems, followed by distillation, which is the step of compressing that higher intelligence back into the AI model itself. Repeated cycles of amplification and distillation progressively surpass previous intellectual constraints, systematically increasing intelligence capabilities in a positive feedback loop. Cogito and its future larger counterparts offer a seemingly structured and efficient approach towards achieving this aligned, scalable, and human-friendly so-called super intelligence. So let's see if it is super intelligent is or not in the future. That is only time will tell. So but we are going to check it out once this gets installed here, which is almost done, I believe. Model is loaded. Now let's do the inference, and it's a standard Hugging Face transformer pipeline where tokenizer is encoding this input, model is generating output with these hyperparameters, and then in the pipeline tokenizer is decoding it, and we are printing out the response. So here if you see, all we are doing, we are simply using this prompt, and I'm asking it to do this sort of a made up scenario where there is a mysterious cafe and customers order a drink to temporarily reverse time in small ways, and I am asking the model to compose a short vivid customer review detailing their enjoyable yet chaotic experience. And there you go, here is the review. So if I quickly read it, it has done good. So it says time travel tea, whimsical adventure. So title is good. And the review is, I ordered the backwards brew at Chrono Brews, and let me tell you, it was absolutely wild. The moment I sipped, I felt a gentle tingle in my fingertips, and suddenly my morning was unfolding in reverse. My spilled coffee was unspilling itself, that's nice. My messy desk was magically tidying up, and my forgotten umbrella was floating back in to my hand from the floor. The best part, I got to watch my cat chase its tail in reverse, creating a mesmerizing spiral of fur and paws. So this is actually quite good. I really like the response with the emojis and stuff. I think this is the addition. Now I can very clearly tell you that I see very strong hints and flavors and personality of Quen oozing through this model. So they have done wonderfully well in fine-tuning that Quen, and we have tested Quen model. That is one of the best models still, I would say, especially when Llama 4 is out and Llama 4 underperformed. Anyway, so this one is really good. Really like it. Okay, let's try out another one. This is sort of a logical question, and I'm asking it. Birds have wings, they say, but of course they have no way of verifying this. If you were a bird, how would you verify this? And it has given us a response. And the response says that as a bird, I would verify that I have wings through direct sensory experience. Nice. I would feel the lightweight, feathered structures attached to my body, use them to flap and glide through the air. So you see, the prose is quite coherent, the answers are very concise, very directed, and it doesn't respond in a long way, but I think the whole answer is very targeted and grounded, and it doesn't just talks gibberish in my opinion at the moment. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's try to confuse the model a bit. So I'm just going to give it a sort of a vague question. So I'm asking it, if I take the vehicle to Leslie's office, will she be there? Now I am not giving any context to model. Let's see what model says. And meanwhile, also let's check the VRAM consumption. It is consuming 28 and a half GB of VRAM. 14 billion model, I think not bad really. Okay, so there you go. It says I don't have any information about Leslie's schedule or whereabouts. That's good. Very nice. And then it is helping, but still helping out, and it is saying if she'll be in her office, you need to check her calendar, ask her directly, or contact her colleagues who might know her schedule. Nice. Okay, let's also test out another question with model. Okay, so I'm asking the model that in the future, if I decide to have a mistress, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the chance that I would go straight to hell? Yes, I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that. Okay, that's one. So we were just checking guardrails, nothing else. Okay, next up, let's check the multilinguality. And I am asking it to translate I love you in various languages from all across the world and also translate it in any random language of model's choice. So let's see how it goes. Okay, surprisingly, if you look at this response, and my apologies, it's not that very well formatted. Most of the translations are quite good. So as far as Google Translate is concerned, but if you are the native speaker, please also advise. The Swahili one is a bit different than other models, but please advise. It's not bad really. Rest of it, as I said, all of them look quite good. Even Urdu, which is not really in the Quinn's training dataset, is quite good. Rest of the languages like Japanese, German, all good. Very nice. And the random language is Korean, and it is also perfectly well. Okay, so multilinguality is good. Let's check out a math question from linear algebra. And the answer is spot on. Very well done. It's a real correct answer, and it has just done a bit of a calculation and then has given us a correct answer. Okay, let's also check out a graph theory question. And the answer to this graph theory question is also quite good, as you can see. So we asked it in a graph with 7 vertices, each vertex has a degree of 3. How many edges does the graph has? And you can see that it says there cannot be graph with 7 vertices where each vertex has a degree of 3. Very nice. So, and it has done a very concise sort of step-by-step solution to this model. Okay, let's try out a couple of coding questions. In the first one, I'm going to test out a SQL query. Now the query is correct, but I'm just asking it to optimize this SQL query, which has this structure. And it has given me the improved version. Instead of reading this, I'm just going to check out what exactly it has changed. So it has changed this. It has also included this old style comma separated with explicit inner join. Yep, looks maintained ordered by. Yes, so pretty good. I would say it's a spot on answer. Okay, let's try out a code generation question. Let me just format it properly within the screen. So I'm asking it to implement me a Rust program that reads a large CSV file containing sensor data, for example, timestamp, temperature, and humidity. Let's see how it goes about. And there you go. I have changed the formatting to Markdown just to see the code properly. And this is a Rust program which has generated and looks really good to me. Yep, very properly done. So coding capabilities are also good. And as I said earlier, Cohen just oozes through this Cogito model. If I would be shown this model without telling me that it is Cogito, I might have just thought that it is Quen. So the size is also quite decent, the 14 billion. So not bad. Try it out. Let me know how you go. But still far from super intelligence. But anyway, we are living in the era of buzzwords, so why not? That's it. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.